Right, it is that dreaded day. It's time for the MX-5 to get its MOT done.
Oh no!
I say the dreaded day because last time I took a car in for an MOT, I never got to drive it again. Obviously, the Golf I sold before the MOT ran out, which means my last MOT was my Ford Escort. And, well, actually, technically, it didn't go through an MOT because we put it through a pre-MOT, realised how it was, and, yeah, called it quits there. So then the only actual full MOT I've put a car through was with my Peugeot 107, which I've never showed you guys. That was my first car, and that ended up costing me half the value of the car just for that one MOT. So I guess I don't really know what to expect, but my hopes aren't really that high. I say I don't know what to expect. There's one guaranteed thing that's going to be on there, and that's rust. I mean, I know I've looked for a clean example, but it's an MBMX5. It's going to have rust on there at least somewhere. The question isn't whether or not it has rust. The question is how much rust does it have and how bad is it? But I'm sure we're about to find out. Now, I did show you guys a couple videos ago that my car does have its engine management light on. And when I bought the car, the guy that I bought it off did tell me that it would come on after a long journey, which it did. And basically, it's down to the catalytic converter. Now, the original cat isn't on the car because it got damaged through whatever reason he told me. I can't really remember. So basically, they had to buy another cat to go on it. But now the ones from Mazda are like 900 quid because the MX-5 cats have like a crazy amount of platinum in. So basically, he went for a cheaper option. And now when the cat gets really hot, it thinks that it doesn't have a cat on it, and then the car flids out. I say flid out, it literally just chucks the engine light back on. Now, he did say that he searched ages for a solution because it was really bugging him, but there just apparently isn't one, and every time you try and turn it off, it will just come back on when the cat gets too hot when you do a really long journey again. Now, I've done the terrible and lazy thing of just taking his word for it. I haven't even got it checked. It hasn't caused me any issues, so I literally just taken his word for it and just got on with it, which you really shouldn't do. So hopefully the MOT will tell me, or the guys in there will just tell me why it's on there. But if they don't, then we definitely need to go get that sorted. And even if it is the case, just make sure that that is the reason why the engine management light's on. Honestly, it's terrible. I mean, it could be completely lying to me, and it's actually a really bad issue that I've just left, and now it's just getting worse and worse and worse. I have already dropped the car off to a garage in Southsea, which is why I'm literally wandering around Southsea Common right now, because by the time I get the bus back to my house on the other side of Pompey, they said it was going to be quick, so I'll probably just have to get on the bus straight back because I've got no one to give me a lift. But I don't mind. As you can see, the weather is actually really nice today, and it's the second time this week I've had my roof down, which is a rarity. Yeah, I'm that weirdo that will literally find any excuse to get the top down and just layer up. Luckily for this MOT, I've dropped it off to a garage that I really trust. The guy that owns it is really nice, and he helped me massively with my Escort. Without him, I wouldn't have been able to get it back on the road in the first place before all the issues that came in the summer. It's nice to have a garage you trust, because especially with my 107, I didn't really know anyone at the time, so I just took it to a garage and I just, yeah, paid whatever they told me to pay. But it's been about 40 minutes and I've just got a phone call to say that my car is ready to come and pick up, so I guess that is good news. But let's go find out and see if they picked up on anything bad. That's a nice BMW I was walking past. Right, I've got my keys back, and if you didn't guess it, we passed. There it is, the first time one of my cars has ever gone straight through an MOT. As you can see, we do have some advisories, mainly to do with rust, as expected. Obviously, exhaust noisy. It isn't on its standard exhaust, so that's obviously going to come up. It's starting to rust on the usual places. It says a little bit of rust on the sills and the chassis legs, which I'll show you now. If you turn the wheel to the left, apparently there is some rust on that side there, but I did notice this side the other day. Well, actually, someone else pointed it out to me. I don't know if you can see it just there. I don't know if the camera's going to focus. There we go. Which obviously isn't ideal, but the plan was to get it through the MOT, and then basically I'm going to take it to an MX-5 specialist, which is only down the road from me, and then just say, look, I want all the rust sorted on it, and then I want it under sealed so I don't have to deal with it again, or at least for a long time. Also, I need to get this bit sorted, and as you can see, there's a little bit of bubbling there, and just generally around the car, there's just things that I need to get sorted. You can probably see that dent as well. But this was definitely the first step on getting her to the level that I want her to be at. We just got to spend some money on the boring bits to get her looking mint and running mint, and then we can start modifying and building the car how I want it to be. Or, you know, maybe I'll treat her to a few little mods to say well done for passing your MOT. But right now, it's time to enjoy the sunny day and take the long way home by going around the beach with the roof down. Man, I love this car. I really need to sort that exhaust rattle as well. It probably is the heat shield, so I'm going to take a look at that, and then hopefully it gets rid of that awful like rattle at low revs and whilst I'm reversing. It's just not nice. And for summer, I really want to get something that maybe can like sit there and just record me driving with the roof down and get some content whilst I'm driving around as well. We are driving through the middle of school traffic, so it's going to take a little bit longer to get home, but that's not an issue, eh? You can see the traffic already building up, but I'm waffling way too much now. Let's just get around the beach and get home. So we have got home after a mix of cruising around and being stuck in traffic. But as I've got home, I've remembered that I haven't actually told you that last month my car got crashed into. Yes, I'm not joking, someone actually did hit my car, and it wasn't my fault because I was fast asleep. I got hit from behind, and you can probably see the damage from here. But look, you can see where I was directly hit. I mean, you can tell the bumper's cracked right there and a little bit over here as well. I mean, you can see the scratching. The scratching also goes along down to here as well and on top as well. Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal. I've used some of this on it and it got rid of some scratches. I mean, this is actually quite decent stuff. It's done quite a bit on my car. But yeah, I mean, it's not major and it could have been a lot worse, but it's not ideal. Like when anything happens to your car, it is gutting, but let's just tell you what happened first. So pretty much on the night on, I think it was the 8th of December, I was parked here where this BMW was, and there was a Nissan Juke parked just past the drop curb, like where that green grass is there. What I was told what happened was basically we're on a one-way system, so there's like a corner up there. So apparently at 4 AM, some guy stole a BMW, basically bombed it around there, lost control, hit the Nissan Juke, absolutely wrote it off. It was smashed to bits, and then basically as they spun, they went into my car, but obviously not directly because there would have been more damage. So I don't know how it worked, but maybe they just skimmed it as they spun past or whatever. And then obviously as they stole it, they just got out and they ran off, and yeah, obviously the police aren't going to get them because there's no camera footage around it. I actually only found out because I got out for work and I was walking to my car and I noticed loads of like debris on the floor, and then as I was looking at the debris, I noticed a scratch on my bumper and I was like, oh, for God's sake, someone's hit my car and drove off, blah blah blah. And then I looked up on my back window and there was a massive police aware sticker on the back of my car. I'm not 100% sure if that's exactly what happened. That's only what I was told. I asked the Nissan Juke driver because I saw a car getting put on a trailer and trailered away. Obviously I'm a bit gutted like I am when I notice any scratch just like that one. This thing keeps picking up scratches and it's really annoying, but obviously that one, it is quite noticeable when you look at the back. And like I said, it's not just scratched, it is cracked as well, so that's going to be more of a pain to sort. But at the same time, I'm also very grateful that it wasn't worse like it was for the Nissan Juke, and I really hope she gets it sorted. It was actually in a similar spot where a tree almost fell down on my Escort. Luckily, it fell the other way. Oh, they also had a look at the EML light as well, and that was the exact reason that I said to do with my cat. So I am going to try and find a way to get that sorted, if there is a way to get that sorted, but I'm probably going to end up buying my own OBD reader anyway. Honestly, I'm just starting to think I can't look after cars. But enough with the negativity, because she is back on the road for another year, so it's time to get stuck in. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go and say hi in the comments, and if you want, drop me a follow on Instagram for more daily content. I know I keep saying it, but it is finally time to get her ready for the summer show season. But for now, you can go check out some of my other videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.